Like this better than the Shercos, pretty much immediately for this trail. This is the non-race edition. This is the Sachs stuff. When I rode it a few years back, it was very not nice. This is way better. They figured this valving out. This feels real good. This feels similar to the stock KTM suspension, actually. Super plush. I like this, actually. I like this a lot. The bike feels nimble. Feels smaller physically. Doesn't feel quite as narrow maybe as the Shercos. But the brake position's really good. I like the clutch lever a little bit better. Yeah, this suspension feels really plush. For trail riding, maybe, you know, not really hammering the trail, I actually like this better. And I feel like the chassis on the Betas is more stable than, at least on this 4-stroke, than the Sherco. Yeah, I like this bike actually a lot so far. Last time I rode a 390, I honestly did not like it very much. It felt too big and kind of massive to me. I think part of that was the suspension. They really plushed it out, so this feels really good. I would say this is, we'll see how it goes with the betas. This is my first beta demo of today, and I think if I were to pick any of the motorcycles, I've ridden all the Shercos, first beta, and if I were to pick any motorcycle, I would pick this beta. This beta is awesome. I really like this. Everything about it just feels natural. Pegs feel good, you feel real locked in. The power is really smooth. On the Shercos, the 300 is not enough, or it's kind of like maybe a little bit not enough, and the 450 is too much. This 390 is nice. If you're going to be riding, trail riding all day, dual sporting, this is fantastic. I'd take this thing for a rip. This is my favorite motorcycle I've ridden so far.
Okay.
Here.
That's a strong recommendation. It's my favorite.
Alright, Xtrainer Beta. The first thing that's immediately noticeable is this seat is not very nice. This engine vibrates a lot. It's a very low motorcycle. It almost feels like a trials bike. We'll let this guy find me over here somewhere. I'm gonna dick around a little bit. Honestly, not bad. It kind of it reminds me of like an old KTM. It reminds me of my old KTM 200 that I sold to my buddy and he lowered it. It's kind of, that's what this bike feels like. There's not a lot of pipiness, there's a lot of torque. It's very cramped because the seats, I don't know if it's got a low seat or what. Suspension actually doesn't feel too bad for this kind of stuff. Like it Definitely worse than the normal RRS suspension that I just rode, but it's actually not terrible. Like, I would say it's comparable to like an older KTM open cartridge setup, or a poorly set up open cartridge setup. But the bike is really little, so it's actually pretty easy to ride. Never ridden a Xtrainer on, like, you know, this quicker single track type of situation. Yeah, this is not bad. No, would not be my preference for a trail bike personally. But if you're out just dicking around, let's see, do some pivot turns. It feels like a full-size bike. Like, it is low, but it's not crazy low. I think so. Isaac needs to try this. Don't like the shifter position on this bike either very much. Brakes, the rear brakes are real touchy. So yeah, like, you could trail ride this. Probably can't like really hammer it, but it's very competent feeling, especially on tight stuff. Yeah, this is nice. This is pleasant. Except for the seat. The seat's real hard. Alright, we got Beta 300. Yeah, they figured this Sachs suspension out. This feels really nice. This feels more, so this feels like it doesn't turn quite as sharply as Sherco, but it feels like it's more nimble. Like, it feels like it sticks a little bit better, less nervous. So Beta 300 versus Sherco 300, I like the Beta a lot more immediately. The Beta vibrates a little more though, I would say, but it just feels more planted. Like, it's an easier bike to ride for me. Maybe the Sherco's faster. The Sherco feels like it's maybe a little quicker. This engine doesn't feel like crazy powerful. It feels really smooth. My Gas 300 is for sure faster. This doesn't really rev out very much, but I really like the chassis, to be honest. This is very nice. It's very kind of like compact, but not small. The Sherco is compact, but also feels a little small. Controls are all where you want them. The levers are really nice. I don't really like the vibration, but it's not terrible. I could see if you're buzzing down a little bit faster stuff, it might be annoying. I really like this. I think if I was not riding a KTM, I would be riding a Beta for sure. This bike is just fun. It just is a bike that you feel like you just want to ride. Let's go in here for a second. Let's try the rain mode. It's got a lot of torque. Let's see second gear. Oh yeah, this pulls real nice. I really like this. It doesn't turn very well. The turning radius on this kind of sucks. I think they improved. This is a I think this is the 23. I think then the 24s they improved a little bit. Turning radius does suck noticeably. But yeah, the fact that it's low for like hard enduro type situations is just confidence inspiring. Yeah, I like this way more than the Sherco. Beta, get rid of your carburetors and I will buy a Beta. Don't really want to deal with a carburetor, so I'm sticking with my TPI, but I really like what you're doing here. This is a really fun motorcycle to ride. I think I like the 390 more just because it's so smooth, but this is sweet. I would maybe move the shifter a little bit. Having a little trouble shifting on it, but I like the suspension a lot. I think they figured out the sack stuff. Engine not as powerful as the KTM, but it is really smooth. Power delivery is sweet. Lots of bottom end. Really like it. Alright, so I've got another run on the Beta 390, or sorry, 300 RRS, I guess. Just to feel it out a little bit more. Yeah, I do feel like the brakes are almost a little too touchy. See what Jay was kind of talking about. I do like the suspension. And the power is real nice. And the chassis feels real nice. The engine is definitely way more vibey than the KTM's, and it signs off a little bit earlier. So like smoother overall. There's no, the top end of it is just feels smaller, or not smaller, slower. But yeah, this chassis is really good. I really like it, to be honest. Like if I were to buy another motorcycle right now again, I would be fairly tempted by the Beta. It's very predictable, very fun. Like I'm hitting these little jumps. I did not do this on any other bike. I feel like I'm going faster through this trail on this 300 than I did on anything. Maybe if they'll let me ride the Sherco 250 again. Be a good A to B comparison. It does run very crisp. A little bit more deflection off some of these routes than the Sherco. But it honestly is very confidence-inspiring suspension. Again, similar to the Explorer, which I like personally for my speed and kind of riding. Actually, I deflect a bit more than the Explorer would. I think if I were to do like hard enduro bike, very tempted to get one of these Betas. This thing is awesome. I almost don't want to give it back, which is a good advertisement. It's an awesome bike. Oh, what gear I'm in. So this is the 125 like RRS something. I rode, last time I did a demo, they had one of these and nobody wanted to ride it because it was so bad. The suspension felt like you were gonna get killed all the time. And it still kind of feels like that. Plus it's got passenger pegs that are real not great. It's not pushing you forward. The brakes are really weird. So this is, I think, like a $5,000 or $6,000 motorcycle, and it feels like a $500 or $600 motorcycle. Those passenger pegs are gonna get me killed too. My feet are getting stuck on them. I feel like I just need to ride this thing sitting down because I'm gonna freaking die. They're liability. I got it pinned right now to running the clutch in like second gear. This thing is very slow. First gear, pinned. This is as fast as it goes. This thing is so slow, it is amazing. This is a very bad motorcycle. Sorry, I don't know, Beta, why are you're even putting this out? This is bad. Like, dangerously bad. I would rather ride almost anything on the trails instead of this thing. This is my feet are getting stuck on the passenger pegs. Brakes don't work. It's got very little power. I'm basically on the clutch constantly, and I'm in second gear. This thing is so bad. I don't know how big your feet have to be to properly ride this thing on the pegs. I will say the suspension has gotten better. I can't lift. This is ridiculous. I can't lift my foot off the peg at all. It is crazy how bad this is. It is insane. Somebody's behind me. Let it by over here somewhere. This is just shit. These passenger pegs, they catch your boot. Like look at how small this distance is. That's ridiculous. Beta, what are you doing? I'm good. Go ahead. Like, I'm seriously afraid for my life riding this motorcycle. It is. I'm laughing because I'm scared. You put an LED light on it, but you didn't do a whole lot of other stuff, Beta. Who is this for? I don't understand. If you're in the market for a Beta 125 RRS and you're thinking, should I buy this or a TTR? Buy a TTR. Hands down, way better motorcycle. This thing is dangerously bad. You're gonna crash because of some of the stuff they did on here. This thing is terrible. Don't care that it's street legal. Make your TTR street legal. Literally, TTR 125, CRF 230, anything. This is honestly the worst motorcycle I think I've ever ridden. Kid you not. Worse than like a 20-year-old beat up 2-stroke or 4-stroke or something.